"Private, who's standing behind you?" The voice crackled through the earpiece with an edge of disbelief, but Jack Whitmore didn't move. As a tomb guard at Arlington, movement wasn't just protocol, it was sacred. His boots remained planted, his grip steady on the rifle, eyes fixed ahead. But something in the air had shifted. In the corner of his vision, barely visible through the fog swirling around the tomb of the unknown soldier, stood a figure that should not have been there. Pale, still, dressed in a military uniform from another era. Jack's mind raced. He was trained to react instantly to intruders, but something about this man stopped him cold. The figure stood at perfect attention, hands at his sides, a solemn stare fixed on the tomb, like he'd waited years to return. His uniform was worn, World War II era, mud-stained, buttons dulled. The kind of authenticity no Halloween costume could replicate. His eyes weren't threatening. They were tired, deeply tired. Jack whispered into his mic again, "Sir, I think I'm seeing something, someone. But he's not. He's not alive." The figure remained still, unmoving, as if made of smoke. Then Jack turned to continue his 21-step pattern, and when he turned back, he was gone. Security responded immediately. Command reviewed the camera footage. Nothing, no figure, no breach. But something odd appeared on the thermal imaging, a faint signature, colder than human, lingering for just a few seconds. It wasn't conclusive, but it wasn't nothing. The next morning, Jack was called into his commanding officer's office. No reprimand, no disbelief, just a solemn expression and a file placed gently on the desk. And inside was a black and white photo. Jack froze. "That's him," he whispered. "That's the man I saw." The officer nodded slowly. "Private First Class William Hartman, killed in Normandy, 1944. Never recovered. Officially listed as unknown." Jack felt a chill run through his entire body. Hartman's name was carved into the marble of the tomb, the very one he stood guard over each night. "There's a story," the officer said carefully, "passed down through the ranks. Every few decades, on Halloween night, one of them returns. Just for a moment, to make sure they haven't been forgotten." Jack didn't sleep that night. He returned to his post with something heavier than duty, something sacred. The air felt different now. He wasn't alone anymore. He walked those 21 steps with precision, but with each movement, he felt a presence walking with him. He had seen a ghost, but not the kind meant to scare. He had seen a soldier looking for peace. What happened next would shake the entire base. 3 days later, a letter arrived. No return address, yellowed with age. The handwriting was stiff but legible. It was addressed simply, "To the guard who saw me." Inside, a note written in shaky pen, "If I don't return, tell my mother I stood proud. Tell her I watched the tomb and found peace. Thank you for remembering me." No one knew how the letter got there, but the enclosed dog tags, rusted, authentic, matched Hartman's service records exactly. Analysts tried to debunk it. No prints, no DNA. But the guards didn't need evidence. They believed. They knew. Jack placed those tags above the mirror in the guard quarters, the mirror every sentinel looks into before stepping into history. From that night on, Halloween at Arlington was never the same. And every year, when the air turns colder and the shadows grow long, Jack steps onto that marble path and offers 2 salutes, one for the nation and one for the soldier who returned without a name, asking for nothing but to be seen one last time. Because not every ghost seeks revenge. Some just want to know they mattered. Some just want to stand at attention one last time, in silence beside those they never left behind. And some, like William Hartman, return not to haunt the living, but to remind them what sacrifice looks like. Before we wrap up, tell us in the comments where you're watching from. If this story moved you, hit that like button, share your thoughts, and subscribe to be part of this growing community of dreamers and doers. Your next life-changing story might be just one click away.